They wake up in a ring around a half-buried rubble supply depot. Cracked case, frozen ration packs, climbing spikes, joyride blasters, and limited charge. Above them, a roar like a bruised light. Below, crevices that breathe fog. The hound sounds. The sound horns. Fuck, the horn sounds. Master Chief moves like he's done this before and thousands of times. Grabs a blaster, carbine, spare power cell, and medkit. Bevan snatches smoke pellets, grapple line, and compact blade, vanishing into the drift the second he can. Snake takes rope, mines, and silent sidearm, already backing away rather than racing inward. Kratos takes an axe, not god axe, but brutally sharp. Levi grabs climbing hooks and short blade. Law secures a long knife and compact emitter that reduces room. His reduced room tool that immediately looks for cover. Zuko takes almost nothing at first, then she eyes are reading who's afraid, who's proud, and who's alone. Pagan Min pockets a pistol and lingers near the others like he's hosting a party. Argon II claims a heater shield and a longsword, barking instinctively orders at nobody in particular. John Cena loads up on rations. Oh, so we did one where Argon and Mark were fighting, and Mark and Argon both fought each other in a volcano, and he won.
That's
And so
badass.
Yeah. It's more accurate.
Billy grabs an insulated wraps and a small blaster. She's less flashy. Ruby takes a scavenged scythe handle with modded blade parts. Dax Luthor grabs a toolkit, power cells. Ben Grimm takes a chunk of metal pipe and dares anyone to argue with him. Padre stomps in, snorts steam. Yotsuba instinctively sticks near her, using her bulk as moving cover. Miriam doesn't rush, he waits. Toji slides into chaos, collecting two balanced blades and a coil of wire like he's shopping.
Like
That's
he's
honestly makes
shopping.
they're accurate. Darkstalker spreads his wings, spreads powdered snow, swirling, claiming airspace in a heartbeat. Gunshot crack. Nobody knows who fired it. Only that the sound is echoing wrong. A section from the supply ring collapses and hitting crevices. Two fighters scramble back. One makes it, one doesn't. Jack the Ripper watches as the fall with delighted interest and steps around the hole like a stage mark. But the collapse has a second sound effect. It fractures the ice shelf beside the depot. A heavy armored figure pushes up from below, water and ice cascading off the dome helmet. Subject Dotha has entered the arena.
Yeah.
He wasn't dropped in from a drop pod. He emerged from the ice below like something the planet tried to bury and fail.
Badass.
The drill spins once, just a
Aura
warning. The
Farms.
one. He spawns in, grabs the drill, and walks. Hot punches loners, cold forces pairing by instinct. Oh, that's cool. Snake goes behind his Batman at a distance. Both recognize the other as a do not engage yet. Master Chief keeps moving, refusing to anchor. Lex drifts towards Pagan Min. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Amelia finds herself with the Ruby Rose.
So they're doing
Yutsuba,
it.
what?
They're all just duoing immediately, anyways.
Yeah, Yotsuba sticks with Padre. Argon second tries to rally with John Cena and Ben Grimm, and for about 20 minutes it works purely because no one wants to be in front of these three.
Did they just get tired of Argon or something?
No, it's basically no one wants to fight these people, so they're all gonna pair up.
I see. It just
That's-
made the note. It worked for about 20 minutes.
I know, but I don't know why it worded like that. A sudden whiteout sweeps in like a curtain. Visibility drops to arm's length. In the confusion, Ashley Graves, cold-eyed, shaking but focused, runs straight to Jack the Ripper. Jack smells like he's been waiting for anyone to show up. Ashley backs up, hits ice, catches herself, and sees his hand. Something sharp, improvised, hidden into his sleeve. She bolts. Jack falls calmly, faster than he looks. Ashley reaches a frozen comm tower base, metal rungs leading up. She climbs, slipping, hands burning. Jack climbs up after her, laughing under his breath. At the top, the wind is murderous. Ashley tries to kick him off the ladder and misses. Jack catches her ankle. She screams, claws at the ice, and tries to wrench free, but the wind gusts and her grips fails. She falls. Ruby and Amelia find night one cold camps and colder thoughts. Ruby and Amelia find a half-collapsed rebel trench. Amelia forms a small ice wall to block the wind. It costs her. Ruby rigs the scrap as a reflector for heat. Master Chief takes an AT-AT
Oh shit.
wreck cavity.
Okay.
Uses it like a bunker. Snake mines a narrow canyon pass and sleeps in 20-minute cycles. Batman is already mapping footprints, angles, and who cares what. Lex and Pagan built a small heater from a power cell and a metal coil. Pagan talks like he owns the night. Lex lets him. Juko wanders, smiling, visiting camps just close enough to make people nervous. Subject Delta trucks alone, drilling into the ice wall to create a crude shelter. Steam rises from his suit vents. Darkstalker approaches on a ridge, wings wrapped, eyes reflecting. He looks bored.
Yeah.
I hope Toji kills Darkstalker. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, that would be sick.
In a narrow ravine, Levi spots movement. He too controlled to be random. Toji. They circle without speaking, both understanding the math. Fighting now risks third party finishing the winner. Levi finally mutters, not today. Toji smiles faintly and says, smart. They separate. John Cena meets Ben Grimm. They are frozen supply shed. John Cena and Ben Grimm discover the same crate of rations. Argon steps between them, trying to keep it civilized. Divided, Argon orders. Grimm snorts, I'll divide it. One half for him, one half for me. Cena claims fine by me. It might have stayed fine until Juko appeared at the edge of the site, clamping slowly. Aw, look at the big heroes all sharing. That's adorable. Nobody attackers. They should have. Juko tosses a single line into the air, like a match to gasoline. Which one of you thinks will betray the other first? She walks off laughing, leaving paranoia like footprints.
Okay.
The bear-sized dragon is loud.
Stirring shit up for the fucking.
Padre
video game.
becomes a target. The bear-sized dragon is loud, hard to miss. A distant crack, a blaster shot attacks Padre in the shoulder. It's not fatal, but enough to enrage her. Yotsuba panics, trying to pull her behind a snow berm. Padre roars and charges towards the shooter, straight across the brittle ice. Batman watches from cover and immediately recognizes the danger. That ice is thin. It's not close enough to warn her. He's not even sure if she would listen. The ice gives out. Padre drops in the freezing meltwater pocket with a crash. Thrashing, trying to climb. The edges crumble underneath her weight. Yotsuba lies flat, trying to reach down. Sobbing, trying to grab her harness. She almost has it, but Padre meets hers, confused, loyal. Then the ice edge she's clinging to collapses again. Dragon sinks under the black water.
Who just died?
Patrick.
That's another really weird lore circumstance, dude. Oh my god, I don't want to talk about Padre.
Fine, you don't need to. Continue the story.
Misfit staggers away alone, shaking. The second night is nastier. A wind howls through the wreckage like a mouth. Ruby holds Amelia's back from running into the storm to help everyone. Amelia's eyes are wet, fierce. Yep. Wet, fierce at her own helplessness. Lex quietly upgrades his eater rig. Her crude motor alarm. Pagan tells stories like at the campfire in Karat. Snake hears the splash echo of Padre's death carried throughout the ice and knows the arena's already thinning. Master Chief checks his ammo, counts, and recounts. Yuko smiles at the sky like she can see the script. Ruby and Amelia now travel low through snow dunes, using broken trench plates as wind breaks. Amelia forms tiny ice domes around their hands, while Ruby rations their heat packs like they're grenades. They find a half-buried hangar door with a narrow service gap. Inside, dim shelter, scattered tools, and a busted heater coil and old ration bars. Ruby exhales, okay, we live another day. The expression hardens, we fight another day. Lex and Pagan arrive an hour late, not by accident, by tracking footprints and watching smoke. Pagan steps out first, hands visible, smile perfect, no need for that ugliness. Plenty of room is in this delightful freezer. Lex stays behind him, already mapping angles and noting exits and counting bodies. Ruby lifts her sights, and Amelia's eyes formed along her palm like a dagger. No one shoots, not yet. Junko somewhere out in the snow would be proud. On the ridge above the hangar, Snake listens, lying prone, binocular steady. 30 meters away, in another drift, Batman is doing the same thing. Both are independent. Both have independently decided the hangar will become the slaughterhouse. Just looking at each other with binoculars.
Yeah, that's just amazing.
It's Batman and who?
Solid Snake.
Snake.
I don't who's. Oh wait, no, isn't he
Metal Gear
the
Solid.
Metal Gear
Metal Gear.
Solid guy? Yeah. He's in Siege.
Neither signals the other, neither trusts the other. Both understand the value of letting others walk into the trap. Argon the second, John Cena, Ben Grimm form a temporary front line. Argon leads Cena and Grimm towards the hangar because it's the only shelter that can fit a group. Argon's breath steams his visor. We can take shelter, then we can take control. Cena nods. We keep it simple. They aren't villains, but on Hoth, not a villain just means not dead yet. I feel like he's doing Argon really good, or well.
Yeah.
Yoshimitsu's glides between wreckage struts of fallen cables, never stepping where the snow looks too smooth. He's hunting supplies and information. He wants to know who's where before he commits. Kratos trudges alone, beard iced over, shoulders squared. He doesn't seek allies, he seeks an advantage. Every step measured, every breath is controlled. Law keeps distance. Levi searches for vertical wreckages, gantries, antenna poles, anything to recreate his helmet. His element, sorry. Toji follows the edges, weapon ready, waiting for distracted targets. Miriam watches all of them, analyzing the arena like a puzzle that bleeds. Delta emerges again, not from ice this time, but from the snore's heavy steps. Drill dragging. He's drawn to the hangar because warmth means repairs. I feel like all the characters are so like good in this.
Yeah. There's a lot of like very like patient people, like observers.
Except for Yoshimitsu, that one's surprising.
Yeah.
Everyone arrives in waves. The hangar becomes a center of gravity. Inside, Ruby and Miri at one end, Vex, Luther, and Pagan Min at the other. Argon, Cena, and Ben Grimm entering like a battering ram. Their air is so tense, the heater coil seems afraid to spark. Pagan opens his arms. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. No one has to die today. Ben Grimm grunts. That's usually when people die.
Yeah.
Vex eyes flicker to the ceiling beam. We should agree on sectors. This is rational. Junko would have called that adorable. Then the hangar door opens. A heavy silhouette fills the gap. Subject Delta enters the room. Not because he's unbeatable, because he's a problem. A walking drill and armored body that makes close range mess of mess.
He's crashing the party.
Ruby tightens her grip. Amelia ice sharpens. Argon raises his sword. Cena squares up. Ben Grimm smiles like he finally gets what he wants. The drill spins once. Lex kneels at the busted heater coil, fixing it. In reality, he's wiring a power cell into a crude overload. Pagan whispers, Luther. Lex replies softly, we need motion. Stagnation will get us killed. He triggers it. The coil erupts, more flash and fire, blinding for a half second, dumping hot smoke in the hangar. Everyone coughs, everyone moves. That's when violence becomes inevitable. Yotsuba arrives late, alone, eyes red from Patrichet's death, breath ragged. She stumbles to the hangar as chaos erupts, smoke, shouting, and movement. She sees a shadowy figure near the gap and thinks escape. She runs, a line whistle through the smoke, then wire nearly invisible. It's a piano wire set up by Toji.
Oh,
He's able to hits at full speed. The wire catches her throat. She staggers. She claws at her neck, staggering backwards, eyes wide and soundless. She falls to her knees, trying to breathe air that won't come. Toji steps out of the smoke, expression flat, not cruel, not kind, just final. He pulls once cleanly, Yotsuba collapses dead.
Let's go.
Toji just shows up.
Ruby seizes the body and flinches. Amelia's face tightens with rage. Pagan smiles, finally drops. The hangar is too contested to hold, so the groups peel away. Amelia and Ruby retreat to the trench. Lex and Pagan slip out first, satisfied with the chaos that has just begun. Argon, Cena, and Grim hold the nearby wrecked turret pit as a base. Snake moves through the storm, placing mines. This guy's an asshole. The Batman relocates the higher wreckage to keep an eye on everyone. Delta carves into an ice alcove, repairing his suit seals. Toji disappears. Levi searches for grapple points. Law rests, saving power. Miriam watches the retreat patterns and learns. Kratos sharpens his axe, which for someone to be too stupid to walk up
All
to.
I've heard about him so far is him getting his axe and sharpening his axe, and he's just with his axe. That's all he
Well,
does.
no, 'cause it says he's waiting for someone to be stupid near him.
I see.
Yoshimitsu remains unseen, stealing gear from random piles. Junko is laughing somewhere in the dark. Darksucker circles above. The morning blizzard forces everyone towards the narrow canyon route. All its supply tunnels half buried by ice. Snake anticipates this. He has mines, tripwires, and patience. Levi tries to dance through it.
Levi like Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm. He reaches the
I didn't realize
canyon
he was
first, moving like a razor in the wind. He spots a faint glow, a glint of wire. Stops, adjusts, slips over it. He's too good. Snake watches through the crack in a wall of ice, impressed, and Levi's boot compresses a patch that looks like a packed snow, but it isn't. A pressure plate buried. The mine doesn't explode like a movie fireball. It detonates with a brutal punch, shrapnel, and shock. Levi's thrown to the canyon wall, breath knocked out, blood spraying into snow. He tries to rise, his gears tangled, his arm numb. Snake steps out, weapons tainted. Levi's eyes lock on Snake. Pure fury, pure awareness. The Snake exhales once. You're a monster in close quarters, and that's why you can't get close. He fires once. Levi's dead.
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
almost more accurate. Levi would have ignored that shit and somehow lived.
Yeah. Levi didn't have his usual Ackerman plot armor.
That night, tensions detonate without explosives. Junko finds Pagan Men alone, polishing his pistol like his jewelry. She sits across from him in the snow, totally unbothered by the cold. You know, Lex would throw you away the second you're inconvenient, she says sweetly. Pagan smirks. And you think I don't know that? That's a baller answer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to prove you're not his accessories, Pagan's smile becomes sharp. Elsewhere, Lex watches his motion sensors blink to approaching footsteps. He relaxes slightly, expecting Pagan. It's not Pagan, it's Junko. Lex's eyes narrow. That's inefficient. Junko giggles. That's the point. Nothing explodes tonight. No dramatic betrayal.
Okay.
Junko might be with them now, more permanently.
That would make sense.
So Lex just recruits Junko.
I can see it.
That's such a baller answer, though. Just and.
Yeah. Is Popeye in this?
No.
Why?
I don't think so. Let me double check.
He's supposed to be.
Sure, yeah, didn't he win one?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine we have to restart because fucking Popeye's not here.
You can just add him now.
True. He was just chilling, acquiring spinach the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I start the new chapter, I'll just do it then.
Cool.
Big
Who would have died this chapter? Anyone we hate? Actually,
Right.
huh. These are some pretty cool people who died.
Do it then.
Do it then? Just ignore Popeye? Or should I have it?
I guess, I mean,
We have Subject Delta instead. I think Subject Delta for some
You
reason
could add
replaced him.
Popeye the one after and just like.
No, because
let
that's
it go
chapter
for-
4.
Is
yeah, we
that,
don't
like,
need him.
when it
He
gets-
hasn't been here yet. We don't need him. Whatever.
Mm.
It is what it is. We can.
He also only
have
basically
Popeye
showed
in
up
the
like
future.
that. The future? This is the last one.
I don't know. You guys will probably do more.
Nope.
The urge will take you over.
Maybe in a few years.
The crash added walkers from the graveyard, steel legs, and frozen cables, half ruined rebel shield generator. Actually, let me do something real quick. It just says Popeye was just like hiding out in some shelter somewhere eating food.
As he does.
Argon sees Kratos first across the glacier plain. He raises his blade. You are a warrior. Face me. Kratos doesn't answer. He advances. Cena charges first, grappling range at his comfort zone. He locks Kratos around the waist. Kratos shifts his weight perfectly, hooks Cena's leg, and throws him hard against the ice. Argon steps in the disciplined strikes, shield, sword, forward pressure. Kratos blocks one blow, takes another across the arm, slams his axe to Argon's shield, splintering the wood. Cena recovers and lunges again, but the ice beneath him fractures. The three men are suddenly fighting on cracking glass. Kratos realizes it first. He backs off. Argon doesn't. The ice gives way. Argon and Cena plunge into the freezing water below. Kratos drops to his knees to the edge, trying to grab a gauntlet. He catches Cena's wrist. Cena's grips back. Teeth clenched. Argon disappears beneath the black water. Cena tries to climb. Kratos is strange, but the ice edge breaks again. Cena slips from his grip. Both men vanish into the freezing darkness.
Sure.
Not lore accurate.
Wait,
Argon lives in a fucking Arctic wasteland.
So does Kratos.
Before, what happened is Argon, Ben Grimm, and Kratos all got in a fight, and Argon basically just pummel striked him, and Ben Grimm clocked him in the jaw, and he died.
Oh,
And I was like,
shit.
wow, that's boring.
Yeah.
Because it was like no real fight whatsoever.
Yeah, I see.
This isn't much better, but at least it still seems it's a more justifiable like life for him, I guess.
Yeah.
Jack
So
stalks to the shattered.
it was him and
John-
who else who got fucking sent? John Cena, was it? You were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, Argon and John Cena both drowned.
Fuck.
Jack stalks through the shattered generator field. He finds a lone figure beside the snowbank, small, hunched, smoking. Lost sailor, Jack asks pleasantly. Popeye doesn't look up. Just resting. Jack approaches with a flick of a hidden steel. He lunges. Popeye shifts barely. The blade scrapes his shoulder instead of his neck. Jack presses it. Fast and precise. Popeye backs up, boots sliding. He's not built like Kratos or Grimm. Jack grins. You're easy prey. Popeye finally spits his pipe aside. You sure about that? Jack drives again, this time landing deep cut across Popeye's ribs. Blood stains the snow. Jack raises his weapons for a finishing blow. Popeye catches it onto his coat. He pulls out a dented can, cracks it open with his thumb, downs it. The air changes. Steam bursts from Popeye's forearms. His muscles inflate slightly. Jack stabs again. Popeye catches the blade between two fingers and crushes it.
Oh my god.
Jack eyes wide and Popeye cocks one eye first. You picked the wrong sailor pal. One punch. Jack is ripped off his feet and slams the generator tower with bone-shattering force. He's dead.
Yeah.
Popeye looks down at him, saying, "You shouldn't have done that."
That's true.
You fucked with the wrong guy.
True.
Miriam drops silently from the ridge behind Master Chief. Chief pivots, instantly firing. Miriam weaves through the blast fire, analyzing. Chief switches tactics, controlled bursts, repositioning. Miriam closes distance fast, claws rake across Chief's armor. Shield flares drop to half. Chief counters with a point-blank blast to Miriam's shoulder. Miriam staggers, actually wounded. He smiles, fascinating. The fights escalate, tactical genius versus combat genius. Before it can be resolved, the sniper shot cracks the ice. Both turn, it's Batman.
Oh shit.
Damn.
The stalemate. Miriam vanishes in the snow. The stalemate holds for now. Joker visits Lex and Peg again. You know what would be really funny? She whispers, a dragonflight. She glances upwards towards Darkstalker in the distant silhouette. Or better, we make someone else started. Pagan smiles slowly. Lex does not. Elsewhere, ripping Amelia, fortified generator husk. Delta stands nearby, silently. They share temporary non-aggression pacts born out of practicality. Yoshimitsu watches from above, silent blade waiting for a sheath to open. Actually, that's what happened originally on Hoth, is Delta and Amelia just kind of paired up.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I even did duos for that.
I think there were duos and they both died. But maybe not.
No, there wasn't duos, because I remember Doom Guy just kind of was spawning in randomly. And sitting with, I think, John, Seed, someone else, and someone else.
Oh yeah.
Is John
But I
Seed?
feel like
Oh,
they
Prince.
form like groups though, right?
John Seed, Prince, and someone else. That's who it was.
Yeah, I
Who
remember.
was it? I know Prince just immediately got shot though because John Seed basically said, "Do you believe in the Christ? Do you believe in the Lord?" No.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like, are you religious? Nope.
Nope.
Get shot.
Dead. I don't remember who the other
In
person
the
was.
in the last one, Junko walks up and says, "Who's the scariest one in all in Hoth?" And Pagan says, "Me." And Lex, and then she looks around and says, "Well, then why does Lex have a detonator?" Which I like that, but the other deaths were just so bad. So it's just like, nah.
Yeah.
Darkstalker finally moves. He lands near the glacier ovation, wings spreading wide, snow blasting outwards. He doesn't roar, he simply stares. This is inefficient. You'll all die slowly. I can accelerate it. Kratos steps forward. Try. Darkstalker, this is a good fight, I think.
Agreed.
Darkstalker exhales a concentrated frost blast. Kratos blocks with a shield. The impact sends him skidding. Master Chief opens fire from the flank. Immediately freezes the ground beneath Darkstalker's claws. Law activates a short-range room to slice tendons. Multiple fires converge. This is dominance. This is survival instinct. Darkstalker roars and lifts off, though the blaster shot from Chief hits a wing joint. He crashes hard into the floor basin. Kratos advances. Does his drill spins. Popeye cracks his knuckles. The dragon fights brutally. Claws slashing, tail sweeping. But exhaustion hits. Here cost him dearly. Kratos lands a decisive blow, axe bearing to Darkstalker's shoulder joint. Delta follows up by crushing Joe's strike. Darkstalker collapsed in the snow, almost relieved. Dead.
Yep.
Hyperbaric shield generator dome and a series of thermal vents that split warm mist into the killing cold. Everyone drifts there, whether by choice or physics. Lex Luthor reaches the generator first, with Pagan Man in tow. He cannibalizes the control board, rerunning power to create a flickering heat bubble inside the dome. Pagan lounges near a crate. "So, we host the party and let them fight over the invitation." Lex nods. "We let them think it's natural ground." Outside, wind knives across the basin. Ruby and Amelia approach from each trench. Ruby's scythe resembling the reassembled and reinforced with scavenge plating. Amelia's breath steams from the controlled fumes. Amelia states, "If they try to use the dome to trap people, Ruby, we break the trap." They don't knock. Snake plants a claymore along the drifted approach to the dome. Batman marks it in his head without disarming it. Useful knowledge has leverage. They exchange glances across the snow. No words, mutual understanding.
Again.
Delta trudges to the thermal vents and kneels in the steam to thaw frozen seals. The drill rests across his knee like a sleeping animal. Kratos stands on the ice shelf edge, scanning for a duel worthy of his focus. Miriam studies the generator bubble from afar. Should their changes behavior, it will make them bold. He turns his gaze towards a lone figure skidding on a ridge. Toji doesn't want the dome. He wants the routes around it. He tracks footprints that are carefully disciplined. Yoshimitsu slips into the generator's shadowed upper struts, silent as a frost. Popeye sits near the vent pipe lid, eyes narrowed at the dome's glow. The Spanish canvas tail tucked away, unused since Jack. Ben circles wide, not entering the dome. Too cozy, he mutters. Cozy gets you killed. Law keeps a narrow radius around the dome's outer walls. His reduced room hums faintly. Where's room?
He has like a space around himself where he gets like it's like a surgery room basically, and he can like manipulate people's like body parts and shit.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. He has like an entire
Where's he
like
from?
One Piece. I'm pretty sure on his like ship he has an entire storage of just like people's beating hearts that he just keeps, and he can just like kill them at any moment.
That's wild.
Yeah,
It's like the Suicide Squad, but more fucked up.
true.
Ruby and Amelia step into the generator's heat bubble. Lex looks up from his jury rigging. Welcome to share the warmth. Amelia's eyes flash. You wired this to fail. Pagan claps softly. And here I thought we were making friends. Before it becomes worded again, the generator flares, not an explosion, but a surge that sends sparks across the metal floor. It's deliberate. Lex wants movement. Movement comes. Pagan draws first, firing a controlled burst. Ruby dashes, short burst, only closing the distance and knocking his pistol aside with her sights halved. Pagan laughs as he stumbles. You're delightful. Ruby sweeps his legs. He hits the floor hard, breath leaving him in a cloud. Next triggers a hidden capacitor, shock pulse that pops across the floor. Amelia freezes the path beneath her feet, insulating herself just enough. She lashes out with a focused ice lance. It pierces Lex's shoulder plating, spinning him into a console. Lex hisses, injured but alive. The ceiling breaks. Yoshimitsu descends. Yoshimitsu drops from the rafters in chaos. Blade flashing, targets the weakest flank, and it finds Junko in his path. She beams, "Oh, masked man, are we dancing?" Yoshimitsu slices. Junko twists, not as fast, but she's slippery. She shoves a loose cable towards him. Sparks snap between them. Yoshimitsu disengages rather than commits. He wants a clean kill, not messy theatrics.
He just swoops in, fails, and leaves.
Outside, I like how it says he wants a clean kill, no theatrics. It's Yoshimitsu.
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
make
very
sense for him.
strange. Yeah, I guess he's pretty intimidated from all these very powerful beings everywhere.
He wants a
Probably.
clean kill as he
He's
walks across
locked
the.
in.
I want him to be like walking across the floor on his sword, just ding 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 ding. Firing at someone.
Just like fucking JoJo posing on them all. It's like, Yoshimitsu!
Oh, just fucking pogoing people to death. Hugo wakes up, just him falling attached to the sword.
Yeah.
The chieftain tactic of suicide at them.
If only.
Okay. Outside, Snake's Claymore detonates as Miriam tests a drift with a probing step. The blast hammers him sideways, tearing armor from his forearm, peppering his flank. He drives his blood. Target gets snow, ice there, traps.
Did he just test the claymore? Just
Who?
walks in front of the fucking claymore. The Ant King.
I know.
Fuck? Wait, you mean like the king? Like
Yeah.
Realm?
Hmm.
That's wild. I didn't realize he was here. What the fuck?
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a fucking plum.
Like a plum?
A little bit, I guess. Not really. It's this color scheme, but he looks like a weird alien guy.
What if it's just used to, man? Think about that one image of someone who's like mouth is sucked into their face.
I don't know.
I would have to find it. I would think about it sometimes.
Yo, Angelo.
Sorry, yeah, that's funny. Does it walk to the Clemine? Yep, that goes off.
Yeah.
Ruby regains her footing and advances Pagan, who scrambles for a fallen blade. Wait, he says, breathlessly smiling. We could. She doesn't wait. She strikes once, controlled precise. Pagan falls back. Gets a generator housing, the smile fading with the heat.
He died.
Junko from the dark says, current call. Lex bleeding, dragging himself towards the exit. Fury placing his calculation. Yes, Pagan's but dead.
Yeah.
So how Pagan got in here, by the way, Lucas, is Pyramid Head slaughtered everyone, and Pagan was just sitting on the sidelines. They're like, man, that sucked, and blew him up.
Yeah.
Damned him to hell.
Wow.
He didn't do anything the entire time. He just showed up at the end and just.
That's insane. He just stole it from Pyramid Head.
Yep.
That's wild. Pyramid Head would have been way more interesting.
No, because Pagan Man is so iconic. That's the issue.
He is.
I see.
The dome is compromised. The safe zone shrinks towards the ice shelf. Up on the fields of thermal vents, mist rising like gusts. Toji steps into Law's shortened room radius on purpose. Law activates the slicing air at. Well, he has to get close to kill him.
True.
Slice in the air, swapping positions to gain angles. Toji anticipates the swap, cutting where lava would reappear. Steel meets flesh. Lost staggers, clutching his side, room flickering. He tries to one more micro swap to disarm Toji. Toji closes distance first. One clean thrust. Laws collapses into the mist. Miriam wounded, but Lyrical engages Ben Grimm at the edge. That's just the worst person. They're just making bad decisions. Miriam test strikes, learning the rhythms of stone. Ben absorbs it and answers the crushing hooks. Miriam pivots, aiming through joints to imbalance. Ben catches him mid-feint and slams him against the vent outcrop. Steam scalds them both. Miriam slips free, calculating his new vectors. They fought. The fight remains unresolved as a blaster bolt snaps between them.
Good.
Can you repeat the last bit? I was not paying attention.
Master
The
Chief,
fight got broken up.
yeah, by Master Chief.
Eh,
I found cop.
Merriwomen who?
Ben Grimm.
That is good. Those guys should not be fighting.
Agreed.
The final compression begins. They reinforce everyone onto a broad ice shelf above a churning vent field. Kratos steps onto the shelf at the same time subject Delta. They lock eyes. No speeches. Delta's drill whines. Kratos advances. Delta charges, drill biting into Kratos' shield, sending splinters flying. Kratos pivots, hooking the drill housing with his axe haft and wrenching it sideways. Delta counters with a brutal shoulder slam that sends Kratos skidding. They trade in close quarters. Steel drill meets shield. Delta lands a crushing
Insane
blow to
fight.
Kratos' ribs. Kratos answers with a shield bash that dents Delta's helmets. The ice beneath them spider webs. Delta commits, drill punching downward to finishing thrust. Kratos sidesteps using Delta's momentum. The drill punches through the ice. Water erupts upwards. Delta tries to wrench it free, but the ice fractures underneath the drill torch. Kratos plants a boot, ripping the axe free and bringing it down across Delta's exposed shoulder seam. The armor splits. Delta drops to one knee as the shelf gives way. Kratos leaps back to stable ground. Delta and the broken ice crash into the vent field below, swallowed by the steam and black water. Snake and Tochi finally be in the low ice ridge corridor. No speeches. Snake throws a flash pellet, not to blind fully, but to disrupt. Toji doesn't panic, he closes the distance. Snake fires a controlled burst, Toji zigzags, blades up. Snake backpedals into a narrow pass, Toji falls and hits a nearby invisible tripwire Snake has placed during Night 8. A concussive mine detonates, Toji's thrown backwards against the ice, he rises anyways, blood from the corner of his mouth. Snake doesn't waste the opportunity, one clean shot, Toji's dead.
No.
I mean, that is basically the only way to kill Toji, though, right? It's kind of, you have to take any advantage. Lex, wounded and increasingly desperate, initiates a final contingency. He rigs a generator husk to overload, not explode, but discharge heat violently through enough to destabilize the ice beneath everyone standing too close. He just wants chaos. Junko finds him mid-wiring. You're going to break the stage for the final, she teases. Lex snaps back. I'm ensuring I'm not a supporting character. Junko smiles wider. Then let's make it dramatic. Lex lures Amelia and Ruby towards the husk by firing a few bait shots into the vent field, drawing attention. Ruby moves first, Amelia follows. Lex triggers the heat surge, the ice around the husk cracking violently. Ruby leaps clear. Amelia freezes parts of the surface beneath her feet to stabilize, but Lex miscalculates something. Kratos, moving towards the husk from the opposite side, sees a fracturing pattern. He doesn't hesitate. He hurls his axe at the exposed generator conduit. The axe bites deep. The heat surge spikes uncontrolled. The entire section of the shelf around Lex buckles. Lex tries to run. Nico steps back effortlessly. Lex slips. The ice beneath him shears away. He falls into the vent field below, swallowed by the steam.
Goodbye,
Kratos
Luthor.
Junko watches him disappears and sighs happily. Kratos retrieves his axe. Ruby glares at Junko. Junko just grins at her back. Ben Grimm approaches Master Chief near the ridge edge. Been waiting for this. Chief doesn't reply. He fires first. Splash shots slam into Ben's rocky hide.
Yo,
Chief
why are they
advances
fighting?
with discipline, alternating fire and movement. Ben absorbs it and closes the distance. Chief deploys a fragmentation charge. Ben dives forward instead of back. The explosion rocks them both. Chief shields the flicker dangerously low. Ben tackles him to the ice. Chief counters with a hard elbow strike to Ben's throat area. Ben roars and slams him into the surface repeatedly. Chief tries to roll three. Ben grabs his arm and hurls him towards the fractured edge. Chief slides dangerously close to the drop, but hooks the grappling line into the ice. He hooks himself back up, armored scorched, breathing heavy. Ben stands across from him. They both battered. Before they can resume, a blur cuts between them. His eye, Yoshimitsu. He dives in, targeting Master Chief while the shields are unstable. Chief pivots and blocks the first strike. Ben backs off slightly, letting the ninja and soldier engage. Duels fast. Blades meet armor forearm. Chief counters with a short-range blast fire. Yoshimitsu moves like the wind. But one misstep on ice, Chief catches him with a full power shot in the torso, and Yoshimitsu staggers, but doesn't fall. He leaps back, disengaging. This fight isn't clean enough for him to win. All three separate.
He fucking leaves again.
Yep.
Junko approaches Miriam underneath the aurora-lit sky. You're the smartest one left, she says cheerfully. You know who's the strongest? Miriam studies her. You're attempting to redirect me. Junko claps once. Of course I am. Miriam turns his gaze towards Kratos. Junko smiles. The fuse is lit. At dawn, Miriam approaches Kratos openly. No traps, no distractions, just predator to wind. They circle the highest intact section of the shelf. Miriam attacks first, fast, precise, aiming for nerve clusters. Kratos absorbs a strike to the ribs and counters with a brutal shield bash. Miriam adapts instantly. They trade blows that crack the ice beneath them. Kratos lands a heavy axe strike across Miriam's side. Miriam counters with a devastating blow to Kratos' shoulder joint. Both are bleeding, both are learning. The fight escalates. Kratos drives Miriam backwards to a narrow ice slip. Miriam lunges for a finishing strike. Kratos pivots and hooks Miriam's momentum with a shield to the shoulder. Miriam slips. He catches the edge. Kratos steps forward. Miriam looks up. No fear, only calculation. Kratos raises his axe. Miriam releases his grip and tries to vault back up. Kratos brings the axe down across his forearm. Miriam loses his hold and his hand and falls into the abyss.
Rip.
Miriam must not have had his nan.
Yeah, he wasn't locked in. I think everyone
He wasn't-
is like balanced. So that,
You see,
yeah,
because Miriam would realistically solo almost everyone.
probably. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I asked it to balance it out, Lucas.
Makes
That's
sense.
why.
Yeah. Continue.
So that because we had some bullshit ass people, so
Let's see.
because actually Darkstalker would be able to beat Miriam in that case, because Darkstalker is like a weird ass like person. He's effectively an enchanter, so he can literally just be like dead and they die.
Interesting. Also,
Well, if we're actually talking about it, Toji
actually.
would win.
Well, it's well, I mean,
if I had ever like added its like JoJo stands, some of them could also break shit.
but they aren't
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah, they're not. But like Heaven's Door would be disgusting.
Actually, I think Darkstalker even counters Toji because he made it so he can't be affected by any magical force except for his own.
Well, Toji doesn't have magical force. That's what makes him so
I know, but
powerful.
he also he made himself like armored, like I think he had like armored skin or something like that.
See.
He got stabbed by a spear and he's like, look, it missed, and everyone's like, you are a fucking liar.
Where's the rest, bub?
It's loading, you fucking whore. Amelia freezes his gauntlet mid-swing. Chief rips it free with sheer strength, breaking the ice and entering his own knuckles. He tackles her. They roll dangerously close to the fissure. Ruby screams and charges in, but Snake fires from a flank to keep her back. Amelia tries to freeze the ground beneath Chief again. Her stamina fails. The ice doesn't form. Chief slams her once against the surface, and she goes limp.
Thank God.
Chief popping off.
They find each other again. No distractions this time. Chief fires first. Ben closes in. Chief switches to a short blade. Ben absorbs it. The hit and crushing hook to Chief's helmet. Chief stumbles but stays upright. He plants a proximity charge at Ben's feet and rolls clear. The Chief explosion The explosion by Chief sends Ben to one knee. Chief advances for a finishing strike, but Ben catches him mid-charge and slams him down. The ice fractures beneath the
Yeah.
both of them. Chief attempts to roll away, but Ben grabs him by the chest plate and hurls him into the abyss.
God damn.
Damn.
The thing popping off.
He's like Spartan this, bitch. I feel like if they were both at full power, Master Chief would win that.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Easy.
Okay. Second to last chapter.
Cool.
Uh, shit. Okay. Let me just read some of these real quick to see if they're any good. Okay. Batman and Snake meet on opposite ends of a fracture plate. No theatrics now, both injured from earlier exchanges. Snake tosses the Flash. Batman anticipates it, averts eyes to counter with smoke. They circle, trading precise, restrained shots. Batman uses the glare off the ice to mask his grapnel swing close to the distance. Snake fires from the hip, grazing Batman's side. Batman answers with a compact taser round that catches Snake mid-step. Snake stumbles, shakes it off, and rolls right into the hairline crack. He doesn't clock. Batman sees it first, stops. Snake doesn't. He lunges to finish it. The plate shears. Snake drops to one knee as the edge crumbles underneath him. He tries to hook up a python. Ice splinters. Batman reaches, but too late. Snake slips and falls into the steam.
Dang.
Good.
He advances across the narrow plate towards Yoshimitsu. He bows slightly, then attacks. Steel rings against Scythe. Ruby dashes in short bursts, conserving. Yoshimitsu feints high, cuts low. Ruby parries, counter kicks, pushes him back to a cracked seam. Just got tinnitus in my right ear.
Uh-oh.
He flips clear, landing cat-like. She presses it. A third figure barrels in. Ben Grimm. He wasn't targeting Ruby. He's targeting the masked blade. Yoshimitsu disengages instantly, vaulting another plate.
It's always
Ben
fucking
plants
you.
himself. They just hate it, or he just hates him.
Yeah. And he just leaves. It's like, nope.
Yoshimitsu reads the math and withdraws. Okay.
Great.
Popeye sits at the edge of the vent fume, the pipe glowing faintly. Kratos approaches without threat, without greeting. They share a look that says, "Not yet." Popeye taps his coat. Hold on.
Mm.
I just imagine this. With Popeye and Kratos. Yoshimitsu commits at dawn. He opens up the blinding slash. That's great. He scrapes sparks off of Ben's rocky forearm. Ben answers with a hammering back fist that forces Ninja to give ground. Yoshimitsu shifts tactics, targets joints, bounce, ankles. He carves shallow cuts that would cripple the softer foe. Ben absorbs and closes the distance. A spinning cut from Yoshimitsu bites the Ben's side. Stone chips fly. Ben roars, grabs Yoshimitsu's sleeve mid-rotation, yanks. They crash to the ice. Yoshimitsu slips free and darts toward a safer plate. The seams he meant to use give way. He lands hard on a tilting slab. Ben lunges, trying to haul him up. The slab snaps off. Yoshimitsu drops, blade flashing once more before the mist vanishing.
Rip.
Ben stands at the edge, fist clenched. Yoshimitsu fell to the vents. Midday lights flatten the world to silver. Batman steps into Ruby's path. You're exhausted, so are you. He moves first, smoke cutting the sidelines. Ruby dashes through it, scythe sweeping. Batman grapples the higher footing, kicks loose ice to approach lane. She pivots, adjusts, closes the distance again. He clips her calf with a thrown blade, non-lethal but slowing. She counters with a razing strike that catches his gauntlet, knocking a gadget loose. They separate, breathing hard. Stand down, Batman says. Ruby shakes her head. Not how this ends. They clash once again. Ruby feints left, dashes right, forcing Batman to overcommit on a counter grapple. She plants a size half, vaults, and hooks his cape. The weight shifts. They both teeter at a fissure. Batman tries to anchor with a line. The ice fractures underneath the hook. Ruby lets go first. Batman doesn't. The line rips free. He falls, keeps snapping once more into the steam before it's gone.
No.
Batman. What the fuck?
Fucked up.
The last four are Ruby
Wait,
Rose,
what just
Kratos.
happened? Can you repeat the death of Batman again?
He gets thrown into an ice pit by Ruby Rose.
Oh. Ruby Rose? Who the
Or
fuck is
Steampunk.
that?
Main character of Ruby.
Oh. L.
Yeah, Batman should have won.
True.
Okay. So who do you not want to win out of these four? Just real quick. Kratos, Ben Grimm, and Ruby Rose, and Popeye.
Are you letting us just run it?
Run it?
Yeah.
Because I read the answer.
Is it
I mean,
bad?
I'm going to try to read through it real quick to see what happens. Because
I know
seeing
who
this
I
is like,
want to
okay,
win. There are three characters I kind of don't really care about. And then,
same.
and
I
then
don't
Ben
want Kratos to
Grimm.
win specifically.
Yeah.
I want Popeye or Kratos specifically, but I feel like
I
it's
said just
passing.
run it.
Yeah, just run it.
It is what it is.
Kind of lame.
I agree. But,
But it is what it is.
yeah.
Okay, let me read the death. Everyone just falling to fucking vent fields. That's so ass.
Yeah, that is lame.
I'm gonna disable vent fields real quick.
Yeah, make it so they can't fall.
Because I just read it and like all of them died from vent fields.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
So I'm gonna redo it.
Wait, say it again?
Like everyone died from like falling into because the vent fields in the Hoth is like the pits basically.
I see. Yeah, it would be lame.
Okay, we have the answer.
Alright,
Is it good?
Uh,
run
it's
it
not
up.
up to be decided. They stand in separate corners of the ice plate. Kratos grips his axe. Kratos grips his axe. Ben Grimm rolls his shoulder. Ruby adjusts her stance. Popeye taps his pipe once. Kratos closes the distance fast. No wasted motion. Ruby dashes, keeping space. Scythe flashing and arcs designed to cut tendons and redirect momentum. Kratos blocks with one sweep. Takes a shallow cut along his forearm. Ruby uses a short burst of flank. Kratos anticipates. He hooks the scythe haft with his shield and yanks. Ruby stumbles forward. Um, Ruby stumbles forward. Kratos pivots and slams her with the shield rim across the ribs. She falls but rolls back up, coughing blood. One more dash. She leaps for a finishing strike. Kratos steps into her swing. His axe rises and falls. Ruby collapses into the ice. The scythe slides from her grip. Kratos stands over her breath.
Alright.
Kratos and Ben Grimm circle, two heavyweights. Ben strikes first, a crushing right hook. Kratos blocks, but slides backwards from the impact. Kratos counters with a low cut that chips stone from Ben's thigh. Ben roars and charges, tackling Kratos. They crash into the ice, grappling. Kratos drives an elbow back into Ben's seam. Ben headbutts him, stunning him temporarily. Kratos regains control and rolls, driving Ben onto his back. They separate briefly, both bleeding. Kratos feints high. Ben commits to a block. Kratos pivots and drives his axe joints between Ben's rocky shoulders. It sticks deep. Ben staggers. Kratos rips it free and swings again, this time across the throat line. Ben Grimm drops to his knees. He looks up just once. Good hit and falls.
No.
Oh.
They face each other in silence. Kratos is wounded, breathing hard. Popeye is bruised, cut, but steady. Kratos steps forward. Popeye removes his pipe slowly. No more running. Kratos attacks first, a full force overhead strike. Popeye sidesteps barely. The blade slicing through his coat. Kratos presses it relentlessly. Popeye blocks with his forearm, absorbing blows that would shatter bone. But he's human. He bleeds. Kratos knocks him with the ice with the shield bash into the ice with the shield bash. Whereas his axe, Popeye reaches for his coat. A dented can comes out. Kratos sees it and lunges to stop him. Too late. Popeye cracks the can with his thumb. Downs it in one motion. The charge is immediate. No Kratos swings. Popeye catches the axe mid-swing. Stops it cold. Kratos' eyes narrow. Popeye drives one punch to Kratos' ribs. This sounds like a tree splitting. Kratos staggers but remains upright. He swings again. Wild now. Popeye ducks. Second punch to the chest. Kratos drops to one knee. Third punch clean across the jaw. Kratos falls backward onto the ice. He tries to rise. Popeye doesn't let him. He pummels him to a pulp.
Holy shit.
Where's Popeye?
Let's fucking go.
So there is a reason why I don't like putting people, like kind of shoehorning people in, is because there's a good chance that they will just win.
Yeah.
There's a couple times where we accidentally shoehorn people in like that, and they've won. It's a consistent. I just thought Popeye would die because we had so many other people who
Yeah.
didn't. So I'm gonna. I don't know if you want to keep that one. I'm gonna rerun it without him being